Nikon is much like the guy who shows up to your high school reunion and he still lives in his mother's basement. He's renovated it, but he's asking for sandwiches for lunch. Doesn't mean he's never done anything to be proud of. He's filled out a crossword puzzle or two, I'm sure of it. But it's now 2023, and Nikon thinks they can make a classic retro designed camera with retro specs. Not on my watch.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So the Nikon ZF, missing the C for children's size sensor, has retroed our lives back to a TV dinner near you. And I'm not sure that I'm on board. It's such a strange release in the fact that this is the full frame first of Nikon to get a flippy screen. Finally, we have it. But it's in a photography-centric Fuji-ass replica thing with dials. Photo first. Photographers hate that screen. What are you doing? Don't you? You'd rather flip it up, and then you're in line because you can't turn your neck, you crippled neck freak. You watch too much sitcoms on your TV's mounted over on the left. Oh. Back in the 1700s, when photography was invented and they were using their Radio Shack cameras, the fixed screen was fixed and they couldn't move, so like they wanted to take a shot, maybe a hip shot, and they're like so like the hunchback was born and families were disfigured forever. And it's like, what's wrong with Jimmy? How come he's hunched over in the picture? Because he's a photographer, a loser, if you will. And then Canon comes out in 1781 and flips the screen, so it's like, oh yes, we can vlog now. Oh man, life's so hard with the dirt roads. Oh, a horse hit me. Have you ever been hit by a horse? That hurts more than you'd think. So like we can see ourselves, fantastic. But the photographers grabbed this camera. It's like, I don't want to vlog, I just want to take pictures. Okay, here it is. Wait. Oh, I can't get it in line. Sorry about this. I'll just be a second. Ow. Oh God. Oh, it's out of focus. You're not even in the shot. I'm so sorry. I remember when I started this channel and we're in the search for the perfect camera, I picked the Panasonic G85 because it had a flippy screen. Like the others didn't. Full frame wasn't doing that. Sony was flipping up and nobody was catching on. Canon did it, but huge DSLRs, no, they even didn't. APS-C, yeah, not full frame. It was the 60 Mark II that first did this. Stay close to me. So Nikon finally realizes that flippy screens are nice for vloggers, and it's like a, what do you got? 4K 60 with a crop. It is 2023. Where's my calendar? There it is. I'm not looking at my hand. Oh, it is. Oh, McDonald's is still allowed to sell poison. Rat meat. Okay, cool. Not much has changed. I don't fly to work. I fly in bed, ladies. Meaning it's fast. It's over quicker than a car. So we have 4K 60 with a crop and HD 120. That's what the Z6 had. Z6 II got the 4K 60 with a crop. That was 2020. And it was barely an upgrade from 2018's Z6. Quote me on it, I dare you. The prototype, at least. You've done nothing. Why do you keep releasing the same camera? All your APS-C, we've seen that. It's a clone. Z50, here we are. You've released 2 more Z50s, but changed you just threw it in water. And that's what happened. It changed, it melted a bit. Nothing changed in the specs. And now we're doing it? We're doing it with the Z6 line. We got a retro one, only your Z9 for pro photographers. We shoot videos sometimes. You've added 10-bit. Like, you're pretending like, oh, this is what videography. We want more than this. Way more. How did Nikon fall so far from grace? They had everything. They were on top of the world. They remind me of BlackBerry, the company. Y'all see that movie? I just saw a fantastic movie. They're like, we're the best. And then iPhone comes out and they're like, we'll be fine. We click. We got the clicky buttons. What's that, full screen? You can't even click it. It's not even on our radar as competition. We're BlackBerry. We invented this game. We'll be fine. They're not fine. I just went to their site. It's like, security, telecom. No, we don't make these things anymore. They're dead. I don't know what they even do. You're also going to die, Nikon. Gutted by a fish. Let's face it, photography has been replaced by this. Green lights in the background. A moron talking to a screen with zero education. That's what photography is now. Get on board already. Sony has realized it. It's like, okay, flippy screens for everyone. Yay. Canon, oh, nice skin tones. Here we are. Nikon, what have you done for us? I want to love you. I would totally love you. Hard. What is it that you do better? Or different, at least? Like, oh, I shoot Nikon because... Finish that sentence. You can't. Sony because the autofocus. I'm surprised I didn't injure myself doing that. There was a lot of corners. God was looking out for me. Canon, it's like, can't beat those colors. Just friendly menus. Nikon does nothing. I want to lie to you right now and say, like, oh yeah, you know, Nikon sure does do some stuff, don't they? They have animal eye detect that's pretty okay sometimes. I don't know. It's not as good as Canon's. There's nothing that differentiates and separates, if not segregates, themselves from the one company, Mitsubishi. The real question is, why hasn't Mitsubishi given Nikon more gold coins to work with? It's the, like, unfavored stepchild that they favor Canon and Sony. Yeah, I think Fuji gets more coins in the basement. They throw down a little sack to Fuji and Nikon gets very little of the sack. And that's why they're just slow. Slow in bed. That's not a good thing. It's not. Don't pretend it is. So as I sit here bored out of my mind with the camera industry, waiting for an A7S III Nikon should be able to do that with the Nikon Z6 III. Dumb name, but you could go low megapixel. You're doing 4K 240p. Wow. But like, how could they be stuck on 120 frames per second in HD? They're stuck there in mud. This is not quicksand. We can just walk. I've walked to the store. Even OM System does HD 240p. They're not even in business. What are we doing? They make sushi. They converted all their film presses into nori sheet manufacturing. They don't even make cameras most of the time. They just had some in the old Olympus warehouse that they raided. They're doing HD 240, and that was years ago. Fuji does it. Canon now does it in one camera. The R3. That's a bargain of a system right there. Sony, boom. Panasonic. GH5S did it. Did it have some moire? It did. Was it usable? Not really. But it was there, wasn't it? For us to choose or not. Nikon's the only one not doing it. And that's an outdated spec that we're already sick of. They haven't even got there yet. I'm waiting for HD 480. And then eventually it's like, Nikon HD 180. What are you doing? Catch up already. It's like that kid. You need a leash? I'll drag you by the neck. So Nikon's stuck making photography-based cameras for some reason, and it sickens me. I'm so sick of it. Stacy, hold on 1 second. I just have to flip the screen out to the side. I prefer that. Can you hold in your mind that you're sad, but you know that you like dresses that are pink, and that makes you somewhat happy, but not, you're still sad and depressed about life. Life sucks, but pink sometimes. Sorry, my memory card's buffering. I was using 40 frames per second for the squirrels outside. super cute. I'll be with you in a second. It's taking a while. The memory card's full, actually. I'll just delete one of the squirrel shots. What's that, sir? I'm just doing a photo shoot with a model. I'll be with you. You need squirrel pictures? That's odd. What position did you need them in? Grabbing a nut from a hand. I just deleted that one. I had like 400 shots, and that's... Oh boy. How much would you have paid for it? $70 million? That's a bit overpriced, don't you? Where's that? Oh, something landed on me. Ow, my neck. From looking at the screen. You're a loser. Stay near to my heart, Canon. So Nikon, you suck. One day you'll get it. Video is fun, and maybe you'll want to entertain us. But until then, this shirt makes me itchy. And it's not due to the inferior cotton rat fur that we use here. It's because Nikon is full of lies. Yeah, cotton laced with lies. Nikon shirts are available. They are made of rat fur. Ethically sourced. Subscribing for more videos, and I'll see you in the next.